All right, so let's quickly just look at the Arduino IDE and what it consists of. To the left-hand side, you have places where you can quickly get to certain areas of the program. For instance, here is where you'll find all your sketches, in other words, programs. You can install boards because the Arduino is not just supporting the Arduino products, they also made it available in their IDE to also support boards like the ESP32. Maybe if I say slash H3, I want to see if we get it quickly. Let me just say ESP. I want to find our Oh, sorry, I'm in the libraries. I want to be on the boards here. So it's this one here. If you click on it and you type in ESP, you'll quickly find that there's ESP boards. And what we need to do is to install the ESP32 board, right? So the one to choose is not the Arduino version, not this one by Arduino, but the one by Espressif Systems. Espressif is the people that makes the ESP32, and our board works perfectly with that. I'm not sure about the Arduino one. I would say just click here on install, and it will take some time. It is quite a lot to install because of all the features on the ESP boards. Then we can install libraries. Library is really mostly for hardware. So instead of you having to worry about, how to code a addressable LED and go into the technical electronic type of information, there's pieces or little software add-ons that you can add to your IDE, and that includes all the nitty-gritty things that you don't have to worry about. You can just use the library in an easy way. And if you go down, you can see there's a Arduino low power support. It's someone that already created a power management so that you can run your microcontroller from a battery over a long period of time. BLE is Bluetooth. So all these libraries is there to make your life easier. All right, so let's just start from the top. We've got file that you'll find in most programs, and you can start and create a new sketch. The sketch is the name that Arduino decided on for your code or your program. So you can create a new program, a new project, in other words, and you can see those programs inside your sketchbook. Also, if you go here, there's your sketchbook, and you can easily open up your old saved projects. Something else that's very cool to look at maybe is the examples. As you can see, there's lots and lots of examples that you can click on, and it will display the code for you in this coding area here. The rest of the stuff we will look at when we start installing. For instance, we need to select the port. The board at this point, we are busy uploading the ESP boards, and there's lots of settings that we will look at as we progress through this here. That's about it. It's going to take some time to install still. Once installed, we'll move on to the next lesson, and we're going to install a very basic program onto the microcontroller so you get the feel of it. By the way, if you click on this check mark, it will go through your code and look for errors. I can click on it now, and you can see in this window here, which is your output window, how it's busy checking your code. If you have your microcontroller connected, you can also then upload your code with this arrow here. It seems that the library is installed, so I'll continue for another minute on this code. Let's just see if okay, now it's still busy running. Oh no, it installed. Okay, so now what I can do, and you can do the same after yours is installed, you can see here suddenly is the ESP32s, and you'll use the S3 dev module that's here on top. All right, or if you have another board like the Uno, you can go and change it there if you prefer. But this is perfect for now. We will look now at the port setting once we start off on the new lesson. I'm happy with what we've done. This window here, you already now saw that it shows you output. This is where all output is shown. Even if you have output that you want to send to the computer from your microcontroller, like the temperature readings, this will also display here. All right, so that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one. Get your microcontroller ready with its USB cable. You can plug the USB cable into a USB port onto your computer so long. The other side is a Type-C connector. Put that in, plug that into the microcontroller, and we'll start uploading things to the microcontroller. We'll speak then in the next lesson.